to your Daily Boost 365. This is episode number 18, Unlocking Your Potential. Are you self-sabotaging your success? My name is Erica Bose-Vassell, and I'm an entrepreneur with 30 years of experience. And as I always say, I know something about this subject. And I'm here with my dear friend, Roy Elliott. And like I always say about him, he is the smartest man that I ever met. He's a promoter, he's a businessman, and he seems to know so much about psychology, about human behavior. And I'm so excited for him to share his thoughts on self-sabotaging. Hello, Roy.
Well, like I always say, it's your beautiful and intelligent Miss Vassal. Need no further introduction. Businesswoman, entrepreneur.
My turn. All right. So self-sabotage. So as you guys know, I work with entrepreneurs, and thinking of it from that aspect, I see a lot of how people can self-sabotage themselves, and I know in my personal life that I've done this to myself as well. But I would say that one of the ways that people self-sabotage themselves is because, well, they don't plan and they don't take action. So or maybe they plan, right? And they plan these really big things that they're going to do, knowing that there's no way they're going to get it all done. So they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And they know they're not going to get it done. Instead of breaking it down into small things that they could get done in one day, they say, oh my gosh, see, I'm a failure. I'm never going to be able to do this. I might as well quit. So making goals that are out of reach or not realistic, or making plans that are not realistic, I think is a way that people self-sabotage. What do you think?
I agree. To elaborate just a little more in regards to what Erica just said, it's very true. Sometimes even before we set goals and we set so high, and then we look at other people's success in just the thought alone,
Yeah.
a person to quit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's why anything you do, as far as being an entrepreneur, love it. It's love. Once you love it, then the work is not going to be as hard. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons why people self-sabotage is doubt. Doubt.
Mhm.
The main ingredients in being successful, what is that, Erica?
Oh, the main ingredient is,
Believe.
well, I was going to say plan and take action, but yes.
Even before you plan
Yeah,
take
yeah.
actions, it first
Belief,
begins
yeah.
with believe.
Mhm.
Then you go into plan and take an action. These are facts. If you don't plan and take action, like Erica just said, you ain't going nowhere. Every success you see begins with a plan. A plan and taking action. Just in the steps that you said, take small steps gradually, because nothing is overnight. No dream is overnight. No matter how it looks overnight, believe me, anybody successful will tell you this is not overnight. But when it do happen, it seems like it's overnight, but it's not.
No, we
I'm here
forget.
to tell you that now.
We
Erica
forget.
can tell you the same.
We
Yeah.
forget. But I'll ask you something. So, like, people do that. They compare themselves to others. Like, oh, why is that person achieving this, and why this, and why that? And I always teach, put your blinders on, because your journey is different than someone else's. Like, what would you say to someone who's comparing themselves to another person, whether it's in business, it could be personal life? People compare themselves, like, why has that person got that car and I don't? Like, what would you say to someone who's
I'm telling
comparing?
you, it all boils right back to what? I know you know what?
I'm not doing too good
Believe.
today.
You have to
Oh,
believe.
yes.
Let me tell you something about believing. It's power. If you don't believe in yourself, I promise you, nobody else won't. I promise you that.
Mhm.
So whatever you do, you have to believe. You gotta believe wholeheartedly. Me. That's me. That's why you hear me dwelling on it. Even at the bottom, even when you get everything snatched, in order to build anything back up, you have to believe. You have to believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing, or it won't happen.
So you're saying that if you believe in yourself, you're not going to compare yourself to others.
No, you're not.
All right. So y'all, if you're comparing yourself to others, you might want to check yourself. You might not be believing in yourself and
Believe in you.
what you want to do. I mean,
You know, another important reason why it's important to believe in you? Because
Right.
you know what makes things what makes a person be successful? Part of originality. So
Mhm.
don't look at the competition,
Mhm.
just know that they're there. You know what I mean? Of course you gotta know you come right? But don't do you. Do you, and you being you is being original. Everybody that made it, even the people that you comparing yourself to are whatever,
Mhm.
the key is they had to be original. And so even if they copy, you had to be somewhat original and they believe in what they're doing so much that
Mhm.
eventually will make it.
And don't start saying to yourself, well, there's so many other people doing XYZ. I can't. Look in the grocery store at the bread aisle. Look how much bread is there. There's so many people selling bread, but most of those companies are very successful. There's something unique about it, whether it's the recipe, whether it's their marketing, the packaging, there's something about that. So you do need to be you. And I firmly believe that every person has these gifts inside of them. And when you show up, and let those gifts come out and shine, the people that are meant to be in your life, they're going to show up. They're going to show up.
I agree.
So to help so I can't say this.
Self-sabotage.
Thank you.
Sabotage.
Yeah, why is it so hard for me? It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, so we have to maybe not take on too much, start saying no to some things, right? Set realistic goals.
Right.
Don't compare yourself.
Just like she said, that
Mm.
realistic goal. Go ahead, continue, because
All
I
right.
I know you got all the answers. Like, listen,
I got all the answers.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, you know I'm gonna disagree if you say something.
I'm
So,
getting excited. I got this recorded. You got
nah, most
to.
time, 90 something percent of the time, oh, I ain't scared to interject it. Like, oh no, I don't believe that. But 90 plus percent of the time, you're right. You're on point. So it's really nothing I got to say on this podcast. Most times,
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All
let
right.
you talk.
Okay, let me talk. All right. I think the viewers might say that you do talk on here. Okay, so you're going to believe in yourself. You're going to show up as the person that God intended you to be. And, I was going to say that self confidence comes with showing up as yourself and not trying to fit into some box, not trying to be in, to fit in some kind of mold. You just got to be you, and then confidence will come. Go ahead.
So define self-sabotage.
Me?
Yes.
Well, it's that when you're intentionally, well, maybe not, maybe it's subconsciously, really just preventing yourself from achieving what you wanted to achieve.
Give me an example.
Give you an example. Okay, should I give you one about weight loss?
Give me an example.
All right, so let's talk about weight loss. Okay, so if you are trying to lose weight,
Your opinion count, not just the word. Yes,
all
it
right,
means something, but you
okay, so all
believe.
right, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Go
So
ahead.
so you want to lose weight, but in my case, it's the chocolate, right? So if you want to lose weight and you know that if you eat the chocolate, it's going to slow down your progress of getting to that number that you want on the scale, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? You're sabotaging yourself. You're hurting yourself, right? And what do you always tell me? If you love yourself, why would you hurt yourself? Right?
Okay.
So that's one example is that, or like spending money, right? Like spending money, getting into debt is going to cause you stress. Well, why are you doing that? Or if you want to save money to do something, but you keep spending money and going to TJ Maxx and Target and all my favorite stores, why that's it. That's
Those
it.
are good examples. I was more thinking that
Mm-hmm.
maybe you give one example, like
Mm-hmm.
like some of your customers that you help to see the right way in taking their business to the next level. A
Yes.
lot of times they do that. They doubt themselves. That's what
Mm-hmm.
self-sabotaging
Okay.
is. You
Yes.
doubt yourself. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
instead of they looking at the positive, they always looking at negative and they talk about
Yes.
negative, negative. That's
Yes.
that's that's I'm not I'm be honest, that's one aspect of self-sabotage I don't like.
Is what?
When people doubt themselves, like just
Yes.
doubt.
Hmm. So you're
You know
talking
they
about like when my conversations with my clients, sometimes they won't reach out to someone because they're afraid that that person is going to tell them no, or they're afraid that that person will say I'm not interested or something, and then
right.
they're thinking of
So they're
themselves.
doubt
They're
themselves.
doubting themselves.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what's the opposite of doubt?
Confidence. No,
Okay.
what is it?
Confidence. Okay.
Mm,
Belief. Yeah.
believe.
So that was my point of asking you for example
uh,
of right.
I'm
So
off. I'm
to
off my
conclude,
game, because I'm an
so
antibiotic.
in conclusion,
Mm,
so the opposite of doubt would be belief, maybe.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So meaning if you want to make it wholeheartedly, you
Mm,
can't doubt yourself. You got to believe in what you're
yes.
doing.
Yes.
Don't self sabotage yourself in
Well,
no way, shape, or form.
how do you overcome self sabotage? I can't say
For
it.
me,
Yeah.
for me,
Well, I'm
I
sure you
believe in
never have.
myself so much that when negative things come my way, I just continue believing in that.
Mm,
Believe me when I tell you, it helps. I just
mhm,
continue believe. It don't matter what the level of negativity that come my way. I just continue to believe. Like, you
mhm,
might slow me down for a couple seconds
mhm.
or however long, not very long, because I believe myself so much. So I just keep going,
Do you
like it never happened.
do you do self talk?
Not really.
Mm,
I might maybe talk to you a few words here, maybe
mm,
talk to my mom
yeah.
a few words here, no long, because I believe myself so much that me, now I maybe, well, you say self talk. I see
Yeah.
self talk is people talking to
I
themselves.
didn't mean
I
I
don't
didn't
really
mean
do it like that. I might
in your
talk to my,
head. In your
yeah, yeah,
head.
yeah,
Do you say
yeah.
I got this
I
in
look
your
at the
head?
realistic. Now I would be like that. I look at in my head. I would look at the realistic aspect and what can I do or can't I do something. So
Mm-hmm.
if I can do something, I do it.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't do nothing, I just let go and just keep going, just keep believing and
He doesn't
stay on
hang
the
on
journey.
to things.
Nah, it don't
He
make no sense.
no, he does not hang on to things. He's like a magical unicorn, and I hope that we can all be like him because he does not hang on to things. He does not let anything bring him down. And whereas me, I like I might for a
That's
minute, but
because
then I
women's so
oh,
emotional.
here we go. But
Yeah.
listen, but what I was
No,
going to, but
but when you think we
wait.
are emotional, but some are emotional than others,
Yes.
Okay, and
Okay,
that
but
just come with the territory. Uh, I say that to also say, part of one thing that's the hardest in the world to control is the emotions.
emotions. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
part of why we doubt ourselves is the emotions. So we got to look at the realistic
Mhm.
aspect of things. I'm telling y'all, listen out there. Look at face reality, look at the realistic, and be like, can I do something?
Mhm.
Don't be scared. Do it. If you can't do nothing, leave it alone. Move on to something more constructive.
Well,
Just, you know what I mean?
one other thing about that is for the people who are afraid to reach out to people because they're afraid of no, they think that the person's rejecting them. I want you to ask yourself, would you totally give up your business or give up whatever it is? You can invite someone to your kid's birthday party and they say no, now are you going to cancel the party? I want you to really think about it. If that person says no to you, what is the worst thing that's going to happen?
But
And they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to whatever the invite was, you
I can
know?
help. I can help y'all with that. Real easy.
Yeah.
Just picture it like this: you can please the world.
Mhm,
Remember that. So when
mhm,
you doing what you doing, you worrying about somebody saying no, it's gonna be a lot of other people saying yes. And
mhm,
just remember, you can't please the world. You
mhm.
can't.
That's true.
No matter how good you are, no matter how good you try to be, somebody gonna hate you just because you so good. I promise you.
There you go.
People like that, People's like that. Look at
Mhm.
Erica. Erica's a good person. Hey,
You telling me I got haters?
of course you're gonna have haters.
What?
You going to. You going to. You don't think you do?
No,
Uh,
I don't pay attention to that kind of thing.
that's because Eric is so focused on being such a good person. She don't believe in that aspect of the world. I hope you prepared for it when it comes your way.
It's not coming.
Okay, well, yeah. I like the attitude. I like the
No, no, no
attitude.
negative stuff. But I wanted to say though that one of the ways that I help myself is that if something does happen, I'm gonna talk out loud to myself, as you hear. And but then I do have to think for a minute and compartmentalize things, right? Like what's the worst thing that can happen? What's this? What really just happened? Blah blah. And to not self-sabotage myself, I remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing because I love to help entrepreneurs, because I'm a mom, because whatever. I remind myself of those things. And then there's one big thing that you taught me a long time ago that I say to myself, not as much as I used to. I guess I'm not as stressed out, but do you remember what it is? One of my favorite sayings.
Stress will take your beauty away.
Stress will take your beauty away, and
it will.
that's one thing that
It'll
I
take your
don't want to
mental away
happen.
too. It'll take your physical and your mental. I promise you. So don't waste your time on stress and doubt. Doubt to make you stressed too. Don't stress yourself. You do the best you can in whatever you do, and that's all that matters.
That's true.
That's all that matters. Also, I'm a promoter, and I love being a promoter because it makes sense to be a promoter. I'm gonna tell you why it makes sense, especially if you're an entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur, now it's millions of people in the world. Remember, I said that millions, billions to be exact. Right now, if you got a business and you promote it, and to how much ever people, remember now, it's millions in the world, billions. So listen, somebody gonna support you. Yes,
that's right.
Aside for that, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. That should keep you believing. It's so, like I said, you can't please the world, and some go love you, some go hate you. You gotta accept that.
Yeah.
If you don't understand that, then you're in the wrong business. Understand that what I just said.
And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of entrepreneurs give up because guess what? Did you know this? They give up because their friends or family did not support their business. And I always say that could mean that they're not your ideal client.
Especially in this time with social media and all that. The world way too big for anyone to fail. Yeah.
And you know what? If you start a business and it doesn't work out, reframe, retweak it. It doesn't mean that you're personally a failure. I'm sure there's things that you can learn from that and move on to the next thing. But my favorite saying is, how hard could it be? So if you want to try something new, how hard could it be? Just get yourself a mentor. Get someone who's been there before you.
This is episode 18.
What is it? 18.
And I'm not where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we striving to be above what we are. So I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm saying it right here.
All right.
Like I said in a couple others.
Yeah.
When you see us on the next level, then you're gonna know that we really talking the truth about believing, because we believe which is why we're on episode 18 right now.
But you know what? If these people really knew us in real life and knew where we came from and knew all that we've been through, they'd be very proud of us right now. And they'd believe. So for those of you who are just meeting us and don't know our story and seeing this, but for those who knew us in Harrisburg, for those who knew, we've come far. We've got. All right. So what do you want to say before we wrap this one up? You got final thoughts? I think we did. This was a good one.
Don't sabotage yourself.
No sabotaging.
Believe in yourself.
Believe.
Every dream you see that it begins with a plan.
And someone who didn't give up.
Yeah. So that's all a dream is, a plan, a proper plan that's executed. We all bleed. We all human. You know what I mean? If how I look at life, if she can do it, or I can do it, or whoever else can do it, I can do it too.
That's right.
Believe that.
That's right. We can be successful.
This thing up here on top of your head, called the brain, it's very powerful. I promise you. If you utilize that into its full potential, to my knowledge, I don't think humans can even utilize it to its full potential. Well, use the part you can. How about that? And believe in yourself. And if you need to, self-talk, positive self-talk, listen to our podcast, learn from the things that we've talked about. We're here to help to transform your life. And if you have a business or start a business, and we believe in all of you, we just want you to believe in yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Yeah, that's a good one. Don't do that. You won't make it that way. Believe kills, believe cure. Oh, that's a t-shirt. That's good. We're opening our store. We should put that in there. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Wherever you're listening to us, please leave us a comment and subscribe. If you're not sure where you found us, go to yourdailyboost365.com. You can listen to our episodes and have an opportunity to meet us at the Blessing Method Entrepreneur Retreat in Jamaica. Bye for now. Later. Don't forget to hit the bell, hit the subscribe button so you will be notified when our next podcast drops.